Okay, so as you can see, I've just opened up this this HTML for the home page in Dreamweaver. On the left side, I've got the code, the HTML, and on the right side, I've got the design view. So the design view is going to help me quickly find where code is. And so the first thing we're going to do to convert this into a WordPress theme is we're going to set up all of the main foundation template files. So I'll just create a new PHP document, and for these, design view is no help at all, so may as well get rid of it. So we're going to create a blank page for header.php, index.php, sidebar.php, footer.php, and functions.php. Let's go ahead and save all of these. Okay, so now that we've got all of that, let's go ahead and get our snippets out. In fact, go ahead and keep this right here. Okay, so header.php, here we go. Pop this in. That puts all of our most basic header.php code in. We've got the title. Okay, we've got the main style sheet, the style.php, and then also I normally use a menu.css and a WYSIWYG.css. Both of those files, the menu.css is usually what I'll use for styling the 3.0 menu, and the WYSIWYG.css, that is a style sheet with all of the WYSIWYG formatting. So when your admin is formatting their content inside of the WordPress admin, those styling edits like bolding and left align and things like that, you have to have though the code that's generated from that WYSIWYG, you have to have that inside of your theme style sheet somewhere. Otherwise, it will not display properly. It still uses CSS, and this is something that's commonly overlooked with people developing a theme, because it's such a small thing, but it's so important. Your admin wants to left justify something and can't. It gets very frustrating. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is get the heading together. So I'm going to click inside of this menu and find how far up it goes. So we can pretty much, we see that all of this is constructing that head area up there. And let's see, this one right here. Okay, see, this is the content area, and then we've got the footer. Okay, so let's start out with this one. I'll just take that, come inside a header, pop that in, apply some source formatting. This content area. And before we pop that in, I'm going to go ahead and get the header. And also get the footer. And we'll just pop this in. Save it. We don't have anything for the sidebar yet. We'll get that last. Let's go ahead and grab this part. Pop it in the footer. And then also, let's pop in our footer detect. Do not forget this one. That's very important. Alright. So now I'm going to open up the style.css file. And we're going to pop in the style sheet. So we just pop this in there. And I'm just going to change the theme name, slight speed. And I'll just okay. So now what we're going to do is just go ahead and upload this whole theme into the WordPress directory. Let's put that there. Okay, so now that all of those files are uploaded, the next thing I'm going to do is get rid of these HTML files. We don't want all of the setup files to be on the server. So we'll keep them over here in our local version, but let's keep the server version clean. So only the files that are necessary in that theme will be in that theme. And in fact, what I'm about to do next is close all of this out. And now we're going to name this one dash setup. Don't update. Now with this one, so now you've got the clean version and you've got the setup. And now that you've got the clean version up here, you can just begin getting the files off the server that you want to make edits to. So the first thing we're going to do is come in here and activate this theme. Here it is. Okay, so let's visit the site, and you see that we've already got the basic structure, but none of the images are in. But we've got the basic structure together. Now let's begin actually setting everything up. So the first thing I always like to do is fill the whole theme out. That way I can see the visual of where we need to be and where we are, and work through it that way. So the first thing I'm going to do is just get all of these images showing. The reason why they're not showing is because the path to the images are different. So for example, even though they were in that local directory, WordPress goes through a loop. And this is not where the image actually is. It has to go through wp-developers.com/lightspeed/content/themes, so it's got quite a ways to go. And in order to get that path, well, actually the first thing I'm going to do is let's open up the header.php, the index.php, and the footer.php. Now that we have those images, now that we have all of those files downloaded, the first thing we're going to do is, first of all, get out of split view. Okay, so what we're going to do is search everywhere that has this. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to hit Control F to open up the search. And we're going to do the search and find in all open documents. I'll paste that in here. We're going to add something here. Okay, so this tag right here will make the path, the image path, first have the URL, the absolute URL into the directory that the main style sheet is in, which is going to be the themes directory. So it's automatically going to put that path there. So the first thing I'm going to do is do a replace all. Okay, so you see all of those have been updated. I'll just save all. Open up the FTP. Refresh. And now I'll just re-upload these files. Let's come over and take a look. Refresh. And here we are. So now we've got the basics set up, but now all of this data is still static. So now we're going to begin making each one of these areas dynamic. The first thing that I'm going to do is add a let's see. I'm going to add the directory required for theme options panel. So I'll just grab one from one of the other themes that I'm working on. I'm going to take this admin directory and I'm going to put it over here in the theme files. I'm going to go inside of here and open up theme-options.php, and then I'm also going to open up functions.php. Okay, so with functions, the first thing we're going to have to do, I'm going to close this one out, close this one out. Here inside of our theme options snippets, we're going to go ahead and pop in the functions.php code. That is going to be that's the block of code that is going to connect the theme options panel with this theme. So let's go ahead and upload that. Now when we get logged in, so you see right here under appearance there is no theme options. When I refresh, now we have options right here, and we also have options right here. Another thing that I'm going to do real quick is go ahead and create a screenshot. So right now I'm using Jing. Capture this image. I'm just going to save this screenshot. And let's save it. Save. And now let's upload that. Refresh. Upload. And now when we refresh, so now we have that screenshot that shows right there. And now we can go into the theme options. And you can see that right here we've got all of the options that are from the other theme that I used this options panel for. That's why we downloaded the theme options.php file, because we're going to make adjustments to those as needed. So the first thing that we want to do is let's work on this area right here. So we want to, let's see. So we want from this point, I'm just going to find it. Okay, here we go. So this whole area right here, I'm just going to take that out. Just making a little placeholder comment. I'm going to create a new document. That way I've got an empty area to make adjustments to this code. And so here we have it. And this is where. And I'm going to drop down a few lines. Let's get our code snippet. And let's pop in the get posts from category. So here we've got the tag that will accept a setting from the options panel, store that value inside of a variable, and then we're going to make it so that that variable sets the category from where the posts are queried. And for this one, we're going to set the post per page at 1. And I'm going to name this area yellow block. Okay, so now we've got those set up. Now, the only thing that we have to do is get rid of this. That way, we're left with nothing but the basics, and we're going to output this. And here, we're going to update this with dynamic areas. So for example, we see there is no title, but we've got the excerpt. So right here, we'll just put the excerpt. And you could either type it in, or you could use the code from the snippet. In this particular snippet, I do not have the code, so we'll just type it in. Okay. And we've also got to read more. Let's give this one the permalink. Let's get rid of this extra. Okay, so now let's upload this, and let's also grab this, come into the theme options panel, home page options. So we're gonna, here's a, okay, so now when we refresh, you see that this is now a post, and also come under home page option, and here's the yellow block, and you see with the drop down get uncategorized. However, I'm going to create a new post. Let's name this one yellow block. This is just a quick test. And we're going to add new category. We're going to call it yellow block. And publish. So right now, if we refresh, we're still going to have this. We have this is a quick test. Go into theme options, home page options, select yellow. If we select uncategorized, then you see that it shows the welcome to WordPress. If we select yellow block, you see it shows that content.